There is absolutely no doubt that Batman is one of the greatest superheroes of all time. But a big part of his success as a hero is his money. Bruce Wayne is, of course, a very, very wealthy man, a billionaire in fact, and a lot of his money purely goes into supporting and funding his crime-fighting activities. Not only him, but also his Bat family. So today's video will discuss whether or not Bruce Wayne could really be Batman, or at least an effective Batman, without his wealth. Let's get into it.
What are you? I'm Batman. I'm Batman. Fear. I'm vengeance.
So before we go too far, there's a few things I want to address. First of all, we've just passed 50,000 subscribers on this channel. Now, I don't even know where to start. That is absolutely insane. So thank you, each and every one of you that have watched, commented, liked, subscribed to this channel. It really, really means a lot. I get to talk about Batman. It doesn't get better than that. If you don't know, this is actually the 4th channel that I'm involved with that's passed this milestone. It's absolutely insane. We now have 4 that have passed 50k, 3 that have passed 100k, and 2 that have passed 250,000. So that's amazing, guys. Thank you all so much. Let's keep working towards that 100k, and let's get another plaque. Need some more on the wall. Next thing is, obviously, I have been quite quiet on this channel for the past 3 to maybe even 4 weeks. There's a few reasons for that. The first reason would be we were away for a week shooting our short film for The Broken Sword, which is our Lord of the Rings lore channel. We've been funding a short film on there called The Guard. We had a full weekend of shooting. It was phenomenal. If you want to check it out, go over to The Broken Sword. There's some behind-the-scenes stuff going on there. But that obviously took a bit of prep, so we were pretty much out of commission for a week there. And then the following week, we were moving shop. So if you don't know, we have a store here in Newport, South Wales, Dragon Vault Games. Come and check it out if you're in the area. We also have a web store, dragonvaultgames.co.uk, which I'll try and remember to leave a link to in the description and give you a discount code of 5% with the code THANKYOU5. So there you go. That's your gift from me for supporting this channel. Anyway, that's where I've been. Now back to the important stuff of, could Bruce be Batman without his money? Now, I think the best way to break this down is to look at what advantages having money really gives Bruce Wayne. And I would say the biggest things are the Batcave with the Bat computers, the vehicles, and of course, the gadgets. So you take away the money, we don't have a place of operations with huge, top-of-the-range, scientific type computer things that can hack and do all this sort of important stuff that Batman does on a day-to-day basis. You take away the vehicles, that means he doesn't have a super badass Batmobile that can get him from A to B very quick, can escape police, potentially, can catch up with bad guys, and also is armed to the gills with all sorts of gadgets in itself. There's also aerial capabilities with his vehicles, and water vehicles. So there's a lot of things that he loses out on, and a lot of, I guess, missions or bad guys that he just couldn't deal with without these vehicles. So that's a big hit. The third category then, gadgets. Now, we all know that there's a joke, a meme going around that Batman pretty much has an answer for every problem and situation in his utility belt. Well, these sort of high-tech gadgets, they cost money. So again, that's another thing that Batman wouldn't have. So we're going to look at all 3 of these things, and then we're going to compare him to other non-powered superheroes that aren't rich, and see how he stacks up against them to see if he'd still be a decent hero. Now, as the billionaire owner of Wayne Enterprises, Bruce has access to vast resources, allowing him to create the persona of Batman and wage not just a physical war, but also a technological war on crime in Gotham City. Now, the Batcave serves as Batman's headquarters, providing a secluded base of operations, storage for his gear, and a vast array of computer technology for surveillance and research. These are also known as the Bat computers. The cave hidden beneath Wayne Manor is both a symbol of Batman's secrecy and a testament to the resources required to maintain such a facility. Without his wealth, Bruce Wayne would likely struggle to secure a comparable, secure base from which to operate. Now, that being said, while he couldn't have this huge base, underground cave with loads of bats and expensive machinery, he could just rent a warehouse or rent a storage unit or something. He could have a basement or an attic, anything, where realistically he can store his suit, his gadgets, a laptop, anything that an average man on an average salary could afford. Now, this video isn't saying that Batman's like homeless and literally has no money. We're just saying if he's an average human and isn't a billionaire. So let's say he has like, I don't know, an average salary, $50,000 a year. What could he afford? He could definitely rent an apartment that has a room he can use. So there's still a Batcave of sorts. Now, Batman's arsenal of gadgets and vehicles are key to his persona. From the utility belt filled with crime-fighting tools to the Batmobile, the Batwing, and the Batboat. These technologies give Batman a significant advantage over the criminals of Gotham. Each piece of equipment, custom designed and often requiring expensive materials and research, is a product of Wayne's wealth. Without financial resources, maintaining such an arsenal would be unfeasible. So what could he afford? Well, I'm sure he could make do with just a motorbike or a standard car. At the end of the day, that's probably what most of the criminals are going to be using anyways. So while it doesn't really give him an edge over his foes, it does keep him on a level playing field. And when it comes to gadgets, what does he really need? A few batarangs? I mean, buying some ninja shuriken is pretty much the same thing. Maybe it's just more expensive to have them made in the shape of a bat. At the end of the day, it's his physical ability that makes him who he is with these gadgets. So again, I'm sure he would make do with just the bare bones of the basic things, like throwing stars. Now, without his wealth, Bruce Wayne would have to fundamentally alter his approach to crime fighting. He would have to rely more heavily on basic combat training and detective skills, which, let's be honest, are probably his strongest points anyway. He would focus on low-cost, high-impact strategies. Homemade gadgets, simpler vehicles, and a less technologically advanced base could replace his current arsenal. Though this would significantly reduce his capabilities and efficiency, it's not to say that he couldn't still operate. Now, when considering other non-powered heroes who operate without the advantage of significant wealth, a character like Nightwing provides a fitting comparison. Yes, I know he also has access to Bruce's wealth, but the majority of his crime-fighting career has kind of been done by himself with nothing other than his brain and his brawn. He utilizes his acrobatic skills, his combat training, and his detective abilities to protect Bloodhaven. Though, yes, he does occasionally use technology and gadgets, Nightwing's operation is considerably less resource intensive than Batman's, demonstrating that impactful crime fighting does not always require vast wealth. Not only that, but as he was taught by Bruce, if he can operate with the same skill set that Bruce has, then, well, Bruce definitely can too. Another example may be Black Canary, who, despite possessing superpower with her canary cry, often relies on her martial prowess and detective skills in her role as a street-level vigilante. Her operation, similar to Nightwing's, shows the effectiveness of skill and training over financial resources in the fight against crime. Now, in light of all these comparisons, the question remains, could Bruce Wayne still be Batman without his wealth? While his financial resources undeniably enhance his crime-fighting capabilities, Bruce's dedication, his intelligence, and his physical prowess form the core of Batman's identity. A less wealthy Batman might have to operate on a smaller scale, focusing on detective work, hand-to-hand combat, and leveraging more affordable technology. This version of Batman would likely face greater challenges and limitations, but could still make a significant impact on Gotham's war and crime through skill, determination, and ingenuity. Of course, Bruce Wayne's wealth is a significant advantage in his crusade as Batman, providing him with an arsenal of technology and resources that augment his natural abilities. However, the essence of Batman lies in his commitment to justice, his detective skills, and his combat expertise. Comparing Batman to other heroes who operate effectively without vast wealth or superhuman powers illustrates that while his approach would undoubtedly change, Bruce Wayne's core attributes could still serve as a foundation for a compelling and effective Batman. This exploration underscores the adaptability and resilience at the heart of the Batman persona, suggesting that Bruce Wayne's impact as Gotham's protector is not solely defined by his wealth. Now, something I forgot to mention at the start of this video, which I probably should have because most people aren't going to get this far into the video and there's definitely going to be people commenting. I know there have been stories in the comic books where Bruce Wayne has lost his fortune. That's not what I'm talking about. Those stories, Bruce Wayne was already Batman. Batman was already created with the billions of dollars. This hypothetical situation is based around Bruce Wayne having never had all that wealth. So could Bruce still be Batman without ever having the money to set up like he did? This really should have gone at the start of the video, but never mind. Anyway, when I was looking at this, funny enough, I was sat in the sauna thinking about this, and if you take away all the money from Batman, he's literally just a ninja. He's a very, very intelligent, very highly skilled in the art of detective work, and very, very committed to doing the right thing and fighting crime. He doesn't need money to do any of those things. He's just a really, really good ninja. So yeah, Bruce Wayne could absolutely still be Batman without any of that wealth. An average man could do it if you have those skills. Hopefully that concludes this video. I hope you agree with my points. There was tons of other non-powered heroes that I could have compared him to. Daredevil would be a great one, though he does have heightened senses, I suppose. But you get my point. You don't need the money to be a good hero. Anyway, that's it from me today, my friends. Again, thank you all for your support. 50,000 subscribers. Let's march on towards 100k. Hopefully, it won't be a month this time between uploads, so I'll see you next week on the Batcave.
What are you? I'm Batman. I'm Batman. Fear. I'm vengeance.